the joke is that when you try to stop laughing, that's when you think of dead kittens, because you can't be laughing at that. Making me laugh, dead kittens, dead kittens. PETA would not approve of that. I don't know what else to think of. Anyway, it's an homage. No, I think that your job, like getting back to the Sandy Meisner question, is that you have to just figure out a way to be really raw and vulnerable. And, especially on the heels of Robin Williams' death, I think it's a very interesting thing to look at, vulnerability in all human beings, but in artists in particular. There's a certain amount of cutting open and being raw that you have to experience in order to tap into things that you need to tap into to tell the truth, whether it's in a comedy routine or drama. So you're in a constant state of vulnerability. It's really, basically, what you're starting there, and then you're just learning how to use your rational mind to protect yourself. And sometimes my mind works. So. Okay.
Look out.
I'm sorry, Darlene, was that to your satisfaction?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, your book was so inspirational for so many of us. And it makes me feel good every day that I'm able to help take care of my 5 grandkids and help raise them in a safe way. So I think of you and some of the things you went through many times as I'm taking care of my toddler and all the other children. Do you think I know you're extremely busy, but do you think there'll ever be a book tour in your future someday down the road?
Yeah.
10 years?
I think I'm free in 10 years.
Okay. But, you would, so many people around the country, because we all know so many people in different places, You never know?
You never know. I'd love to.
I know you're too busy now, but when the boys are grown.
Well, that's the thing. My eldest son is just started high school, and he's going to be gone. He's like talking about it with such jubilance. And I'm this first day of high school, I teary-eyed, and I went, just don't. And so I know 4 years from now, this is. I mean, it's already changed, but
It's going to go fast.
this is going to go really, really fast. And so I said to the night of the Emmys, Christian LeBlanc sat in our room. We had shared a room, staffers room. I was schnockered. Post Emmys, and we were talking about family, and his father had just passed away, and I said, he says, do you want to come back and do soaps? I said, I love soaps, and you're my family. Do I want a full-time job? No, I don't. I'll happily do a couple days a week, but it has to be on my terms. And my goal right now is to make sure that when my kids are grown, whether I'm here or not, they get to tell a story about how when they walked in the house, there was the smell of chicken cooking, or some kind of.
Mom was there.
You're the correct one.
And I work. I know you see me tweeting, and I do. Like when they go off to school, and I'm like, okay, run. Okay, now I can do this. And Chris on the phone going, what the fuck do they want? And then I'm talking to agents and casting people, and they're all talking to us like we're stupid. Chris and I going, we're stupid. We're stupid. All right. So we just sit there and we run through the day, and then I pick them up, and then they come home, and it really is just, well, now Jake rides the bus. But it really is that time, and then it's homework. And Jake will get his homework done. Dylan will tell me that he doesn't have homework for the next 6 weeks.
Acting as if it's blood.
Or that he did it at school. And really, let's just go through your book and have a look, shall we? And so I will spend, and we're getting better with that, but it takes a little time to do that, and then right about 5, my liver's going, where's my vodka? Where's my wine? But I go in the kitchen and I cook, and Sasha and I were talking about this, is that the whole idea of just chopping vegetables makes me so happy. I just chop and I make, and it tastes good, and people eat, and then I kind of feel like my day is mostly done. And it's pretty much the same. There's no big woo, it's pretty much that.
Well, that's important.
But it's important to me, yeah. So I'm going to travel. I'm going to Europe in September, but that was just something beautiful that came up. And but I would like to, do something with my family, tour with them for a little bit while I have them home.